some of the portions, the relevant portions. Section 13. The President, Vice President, the members of the Cabinet, and their deputies or assistants shall not, unless otherwise provided in this Constitution, hold any other office or employment during their tenure. They shall not, during said tenure, directly or indirectly, practice any other profession, participate in any business, etc., etc. Must not participate in any business. Accordingly, Madam Chair, I propose and move that a subheading under Article 2 of the Articles of Impeachment be inserted on page 10. Pagkatapos po ng subheading B, kasi so far in the current version of the Articles of Impeachment, meron pong dalawang subheadings under Article 2, A and B. May I propose to add a subheading C, letter C, failed to divest all her business interests based on the records of the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, during her tenure as Vice President for the years 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Also, accordingly, the following allegations must be added after the last paragraph of page 20. Dun pa rin po yan sa Articles of Impeachment. Respondent failed to divest all her business interests based on the records of the SEC during her tenure as Vice President for the years 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. And I must say, Madam Chair, that all other relevant provisions or relevant portions of the committee report, the resolution, and the Articles of Impeachment be made or be revised to include this point, this matter about the respondent failed to divest all her business interests based on the records of the SEC during her tenure as Vice President for the years 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. I so move.
Second, Madam Chair.
There is a motion to add to Article 2 of the Articles of Impeachment the non-divestment of the Vice President of her business interests from 2022 to 2025, including in all parts of the said article. The same has been seconded by the Honorable Zamora. Is there any objection?
Madam Chair, also the committee report and the resolution, just the relevant portions where pwede pong ipasok itong sentence na ito, itong part na po, itong matter pong ito about failure to divest.
The motion to amend pertains to both the Articles of Impeachment and the committee report, for as long as there are relevant portions where the non-divestment of business interest must be stated. The said motion has been seconded by the Honorable Zamora. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Madam Chair,
Hearing is suspended. You may put down your hands. Let it be placed on the record that 55 out of 55 Justice members physically present manifested their support to the approval of the committee report, to the attached resolution setting forth the articles of impeachment as amended. The chair therefore declares the motion unanimously approved.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
The Honorable Ko.
Madam Chair, may I briefly explain my vote and express a reservation?
Like, how many minutes will it take?
Maybe 2.
2 minutes. Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, over the weekend, as the articles of impeachment and the report is also being finalized, this representation sent over comments on substantive matters to specifically on the wordings of political destabilization. So while this representation is gladdened to have some of its comments taken in consideration in the final complaint, at the end of it, I'd just like to express on the floor my reservation in the use of the words political destabilization in the subheadings, treating it as a crime in the same vein as grave threats or inciting to sedition. And my last manifestation, Madam Chair, is at the end of the day, this representation cannot agree to the inclusion of the act, quote-unquote, inciting to sedition as forming the grounds of impeachment. And the bigger reason is political, which is that it is being used unfairly and unjustly to critics and activists, as the Philippine law broadly defines the crime as any speech in any form that generates hate, quote-unquote, against government or any of its officers. There have been instances in previous cases wherein inciting to sedition was used, where it is said that, quote, if it arouses among its viewers a sense of dissatisfaction against the duly constituted authorities, specifically in the case of Bicoy versus Duterte, this is already inciting to sedition. And this is why, Madam Chair, I have reservation in the use of that, and I believe it is already sufficient that the crime of grave threats to President Marcos Jr. and to public scrutiny in general, security in general, should be enough. But nonetheless, this representation voted yes to the articles of impeachment. That is all, Madam Chair.
The manifestation of the Honorable Ko is noted. Pursuant to Section 9 of the House Rules of Procedure in the impeachment proceedings, the committee report, together with the resolution setting forth the articles of impeachment as amended and as approved, shall be submitted to the House and shall be calendared for the consideration by the House within 10 session days from receipt thereof. In this regard, the committee secretariat is directed to provide copy of the approved committee report with attached resolutions setting forth the articles of impeachment to the respondent Vice President, the complainant, as well as the members of the Justice Committee. So ruled. May I solicit the necessary motion?
Madam Chair,
The Honorable D.S. Janet Garin,
move to adjourn.
considering that we have approved already the committee report, the articles of the attached resolution setting forth the articles of impeachment, we are now adjourning the impeachment proceeding of the Justice Committee. The hearing is adjourned.